Hello, 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 everybody. Sorry, I was having some technical problems. I had to reset the whole thing, so I apologize for my lateness getting started. If you are here live, I would appreciate any contact that you know that I am here. It looks like we are going and it's all good to go. Anyway, welcome, you guys. This is full moon reading. So if you're watching this live, welcome. If you're going to watch it recorded, hey, welcome anyway. People have to work and go to school. I get it. I do too. Anyway, we're going to be talking about the full moon. We're going to talk in astrology first. We're going to go through all the energies that it's going to do, and then I'm going to do a reading. So if you're new to my channel, this is how I usually do a full moon or a new moon reading. And then I will just give you some highlights. Hopefully it is a general, because when we look at the energies, it affects all of us. It's sort of like the tides of the ocean. We can't really per se how it's going to affect us because, hey, Felix, welcome. That it's going to affect us because it's like the tide affects everything. Energies affect everything. So you have to know your own readings in order to know what specifically it's going to be affecting you. Okay, so a little bit of information. We're going to also be going into the Halloween week for your reading. So don't forget to go ahead and miss, though. Don't miss them. Not say go ahead and miss them. Oh my gosh, I got to get more coffee today. Because there's going to be some fun in there. I'm going to educate you on Halloween and stuff a little bit too. But the full moon here is tomorrow. Okay, so it's going to hit us on the Pacific coast here on 7:56 in the morning. So wherever you are in the world, I'm not quite sure, but it's like 10 o'clock on the East Coast here in the United States. But the full moon is going to hit. It's the full moon in Aries. Guess what? Full moon in Aries means a fiery moon, definitely. Welcome, 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 Lena. The thing is about this moon, it's also when we have a full moon, it's the end of a lunar cycle. New moons, new lunar cycle, right? So it's the end of a lunar cycle. Thing is that these two moons this month, the new moon and the full moon, are creating a lot of conflict. It's sort of an internal conflict versus the external conflict. So there's going to be a lot of push me, pull me kind of things going on with this full moon. And I'll share with you why. We've got 4 planets that are actually going direct. We also have, when the full moon opposes Mars, which it's doing, we've got the full moon that squares with Pluto. We've got Mars that is actually squaring with Pluto. When we get these planets, Pluto and Mars, all mixed up with a full moon, lots of tension, lots of tension. So, with this full moon, like I was talking about, this inner tension, there's going to also be sort of a power struggle. You're going to find somebody wanting to take power over or control over something, especially because we've got, when the full moon opposes Mars, there's that strong urge to have impulsiveness. There's a strong urge to be a little bit moody. Anger wants to rise a little bit more. This passion is going to be really hard because Mars is that planet that is hitting the moon that gives us that energy. So we are going to have a full moon that's not going to be so easy, guys. If you haven't noticed, I did a couple of readings this week, yesterday on the 18th when the full moon, remember now the full moon starts, the powers of the full moon begin to ramp up about 3 days before, and they'll ramp down about 3 days after, because I think moon is moving into Uranus on the 21st. Okay. But what happens is, and it's happening to me, I'm sure it's happening to somebody out there, is that you get this energy inside of you that you just want to blow up, or you want to explode, or you want to, just sort of lash out. But that inner side of you is like, why am I feeling this way? A little bit of confusion going on. So why am I feeling this way? What is happening? It's just because you have these energies that are push me, pull me kind of thing, and they want to create conflict. Mars is that way. But the moon is saying, hey, chill out. It's all okay. But Mars is not. Okay. So there's going to be that in there's also going to be at the peak of the full moon, you're going to have this intuitive strength. Maybe there's like, at the peak, which is at the 7:56 is when it just starting. So I'd say probably somewhere in midday, you're going to be sitting there thinking, interesting that you have this urge and the desire to fulfill something. And it's more of a spiritual, intuitive. It's like, I just got this thing I just want to do. I just don't know what it is. You've got this like energy that wants to fulfill a passion of something. I don't know what that is for you, whatever passion it is, but it's sort of going to create. And it's a good energy. This is a good energy because with every full moon, new moon, and any retrograde, anything like that, there's always a positive and negative, a yin and a yang, and all that kind of stuff that happens. So you've really got to be careful where you expel this energy. And then most of it, this moon, I'm going to hate to say it, is negative. You're going to want to, because this full moon, even a minor irritation that you get is going to want to grow into something big. Don't let it. Be really careful of that. This is a time to really pick your battles. Now, today is the 19th. Yesterday, Mercury retrograde began to leave, which means it's going to go direct. However, you got to think of these planets being just huge. Think of looking at the moon, getting close to the moon. That thing is turning, but do you think it can just say, okay, I'm now direct, so I'm just going to go boom, 0 to 60 in 2.0 seconds? It can't. It's a huge, huge planet. So this Mercury retrograde energy, along with the full moon in Mars and the squaring of Pluto, and then Mars and I keep forgetting Mars and squares with Pluto. But the thing is that it's ramping up. So you've not got only the moon opposing the sun, you've got the moon dealing with Mars, Mars dealing with Pluto, and then you've got all these negative pounding energies. When the moon moon is just saying, hey, relax. Then Uranus is in there saying, relax. But no, it's just pounding. You imagine a push me, pull me doll, or even the tug of war, that you're in a tug of war. And this tug of war is one side of you on that rope is your internal side. The other end of the rope is the external side. And that external side has got you almost over the line. So you're going to have to rein in and really, really pull in and control your emotions, control your feelings through this full moon and the end of the month. So this week, I'm interested to see how this last week readings go, because it's going to really be conflicting. It's going to be confusing. It's not going to be a really good ending of the month unless you actually fight that external pull. Okay. Road rage. Somebody's driving, they road rage you, and you just want to, no, control yourself back, smile, wave, and say, hey, I'm trying to control this because you know what? I'm not going to blow up. Okay. So that's what's sort of happening. Not only with the full moon, it's happening with Mars and Pluto and Uranus. Those kind of things are happening. So let me look at my notes here, because I wrote some notes. The square in Pluto, yes, sun and moon. The sun is always opposing the moon when we have a full moon. That's just typical. By the way, did you know what kind of moon this is? The full moon, I hit this last year. I was looking at my notes from last year and I was like, wow, gosh, it's been a whole year already. I can't believe it. But this moon is called the hunter's moon. In some countries, it's called the blood moon. If you go back in time, it's called the blood moon. And Native American Indians here in the United States have many names for it, because it could be called the harvest moon or something of that nature, because not only were we switching to fall, but it's called the hunter's moon because when this moon comes out, it's huge, for one. It's very bright. So hunters would usually hunt at night. And when you hunt, what are you doing? You're killing, unfortunately, so blood. So you're spreading blood. And that means that it is time to get our meat, preserve it, pack it for the winter. Okay. And that's what they used to do. Okay. Just a little tidbit about the full moon, this full moon anyway. When we look at the full moon, when it squares Pluto, it's really a compulsive, destructive behavior. It's like when you're having your conversations with someone, this energy of this happening, the full moon with Pluto, things are going to get exposed. Deep feelings are going to get exposed. So whoever you're talking to over this next couple of days, these actually 6 days, the 3 before, the 3 after, and the full moon. But you're going to feel like there is going to, or maybe something will happen. It'll come to you or you'll go to them. But it's, their really deep feelings are going to be exposed. Maybe something needs to be told. Again, we're still in this Mercury retrograde energy. And if you watched all the readings, I'm probably repeating myself, but it is about getting the elephant out of the room. This is still happening. This is going to happen through the end of the month, guys. And it's going to sound like I'm beating a dead horse, but that is what's happening. You're going to have to be really, really careful with special emotions, jealousy, manipulation. You want guilt trips, bullying, sexual abuse. These things can arise because of Mars energy. Okay. So the violent, destructive part is coming up towards the end of the month. You've got, which planet is doing this? And the 26th and the 28th, Venus and Neptune, and then Venus and Saturn through those days. It's sort of like we're building up and then we're going to deconstruct. Okay, so at the end of the month, we're getting all this crap out. We're getting all the emotions. Well, I shouldn't say crap because it's really important to get emotions out. It's really important to have those conversations. But jealousy is really strong here. Manipulation is really strong here. Be really mindful. Use your intuitiveness. Use your connection with divine and say, can you check me in and confirm if this I should be even talking to this person or be with this person, or can you confirm, divine, or what is going on here? Should I leave? Should I stay? Or should I diffuse? In most of your readings this week, a lot of diffusion. You've got to be the diffuser. Because if they're not watching tarot or listening to me, you're not going to figure out that they know how to diffuse or what is even going on. At my work, I can't talk about this stuff, but boy, is this really acting up over there. But I have to remember, they don't understand and they don't get it. They're not spiritual beings. So the thing is, I have to be the one to diffuse. So when it starts rising up and the F-bombs start and the S-bombs start, I'm like, hey, we really don't need to use that language here at work. It's just, and then they quiet, but I'm in a position I can do that. I couldn't do that if I'm not in a management position. But the thing is to diffuse. So you're going to be the diffuser this week. How about that? It's a good thing because you're going to learn some not only, effective communications, but you're going to learn more about yourself. These other people will lose out, sadly. If they don't really understand how the energies work, how divine, the second dimension, the supernatural dimension works, or they're not even close to it, then you're going to miss out, unfortunately. So you guys have to be the ones to diffuse. How do you diffuse that? Especially with the moon energy and things are going on, what you're going to want to do, diffusion's easy. You can either say, hey, I don't want to talk about that. Some people, tell a joke, break up the ice, change the subject, let's talk about something else. I don't want to do that. That's just going to create animosity. That's going to create, kerfuffle. I really don't want. And then if somebody's standing in line, I just read someplace Disney had a huge fight because somebody stepped out of the queue line to go get a drink. They came back and a huge fight broke out. Are you kidding me? Over a lot. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm telling you, these energies are here. So we've got the moon opposing the sun. What happens when the moon opposes the sun? This full moon opposes the sun. The moon wants harmony. The moon wants balance. But in this case, because we're the moon in Aries, the fiery sign, you guys, if you're Aries out there, very impulsive, can be very moody, those kind of things. But the thing is, with the sun and the moon wants to really be the impulsive one, the Aries and everything like that. But the sun at this point, because it's opposing it, wants harmony, balance. Hey, chill out. Sort of being a Uranus energy, right? But that's not happening. It's not happening. The moon's got it this time, unfortunately. When we get to Mars squaring Pluto also, it's almost at the end of the month. Remember, we're breaking things down. especially in a lot of your readings, we're taking things out, we're removing things because we're deconstructing right now through the end of, actually we're deconstructing until the end of the year, maybe even into the first part of the year. But you got to remember, think of you guys yourselves as the, I hate to use this scenario, but use yourself as a butterfly. Okay, even if you don't like butterflies, just be a butterfly for a minute. But the thing is, we're deconstructing. So it's sort of like when the butterfly goes into the cocoon. Okay, so it's deconstructing that caterpillar, but it's now reconstructing something very beautiful and transforming. That's what we're doing right now. So if you're not working on yourself, if you're not working, becoming more spiritually connected, you're going to be in trouble later on. Because the thing is, the earth is beginning to have the low vibrations of spinning down, and especially whatever you look at COVID, you look at the pandemic, you look at the earthquakes, you look at the volcanoes blowing, you look at all this stuff. The earth is beginning to spiral down. If you're not connected to the second dimension, you're going to miss out on everything because you're going to be thinking more earth. Remember, I keep telling you guys, you think more earth. Okay, you can't. You got to think more spirit. What can I do? Because you can't take any of the crap that's on this earth with you, but you can take integrity, love, compassion, empathy. You can take that. Why? You can even take your memories. You know why? Because I have spoke with the other side. So the other thing is, you really need to learn how to connect with the second dimension where divine is. It's humongous. This is again that internal struggle, spiritual struggle, that tug of war, the internal side of you, the external side of you fighting right now. Okay, that's what's going on. It's stirring up issues, it's stirring up confusion. I'm confused. I don't know what I believe in. I don't know what if I have a faith. I don't know. It's creating a confusion. This is a good thing because you're in the cocoon, you're creating a butterfly, you're transforming, you're deconstructing your old self. Let me tell you, I know about old self. This is this Venus and Saturn energy. Saturn wants to control, Venus wants to love. This is divine love versus negative low vibrations. Big. This is an energy. This is a spiritual war. This is what's going on. Okay. Around the 26th, 27th, 28th, somewhere around there, you're going to, I would say from the full moon to the 26th, you're going to be in an area, in an energy, in sort of like la la land. You're going to be looking at things not with a reality eye. You're going to be fantasizing. Oh, would he like me? What would we look like together? Would we have children? You would be in this fantasy mode kind of a thing. Oh, I would really love to do that. I wonder how that would be. And you're in imagination mode. But when you get to the 26, 27, you get into a reality check that you really need to, especially on the 28th, because we've got Venus and Saturn sextiling with Jupiter. It's like a huge conjunction, and it's just going to say, knock on your door. Hello, wake up. It's not real. Hello. That's what you're going to get. Okay. So there is a lot of stuff going on. Hold on to your hats. That's all I can say. Hold on to your seat. Hold your tongue. I'm going to tell you, like I did tell Virgos and Capricorns yesterday when I did their readings because they were late. But the thing is, you're going to have to hold your tongue. All right. Because this is going to be a control thing. Let me tell you real quick. Thank you. So Divine saying, please understand that feelings and emotions don't have thought. If he'd slow down, I could get it out. Stop. What he's saying is when you have your feelings and your emotions and you let them control you, you don't have control of yourself. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense to you or not. Because feelings and emotions piggyback on your thoughts. So your actions, your words, and everything that have big power, more power than you think, are piggyback on your thoughts. So where your thoughts are coming from makes a huge difference. This is that internal, in this that's that internal external struggle, because you want to, you really, really want to just say it so bad, but you know your spirit says you need to be quiet. You need to zip your lip. Zip it. This is not your fight. This is not what is important. So this is divine telling me to tell you this because it's going to be really important, because you want to make sure where your thoughts are coming from. Number one. Number two, you got to control your feelings and your emotions. No matter if you like it or you don't. Trust me, I don't like it sometimes. I just want to blow up on somebody and go, just boom. But I can't, because that's not love. That's not divine. Divine doesn't do that. Divine says, okay, and I'm not saying be a doormat or anything like that. You got to know what fight to fight. If it's not of the supernatural that you can take with you, why fight about it? Because it doesn't matter. And also, too, people fight. This is going to be you guys for the rest of the month. This is, if somebody else's perspective is different, let it be. It's their perspective. There's no right or wrong there. This is Earth. There's no real truth here. Okay? So the thing is that when you see that and somebody has a different perspective, let it be. That's their truth. Earth truth is different. This is that internal struggle I'm talking about, guys. You should know that the thing is, if you hear something in you that says, and that you might feel as you might hear something, you might hear a poke, you might just get an energy that says, I really should keep my mouth shut. And again, that would be your spirit. Your spirit. Okay? Spirit would be second dimension. Put it this way. If it's not out of love that you make a decision to do something, that's feelings and emotions. That's spirit thought. Okay? Spirit thought is doing things out of love and emotions. You know what? I don't know there, because if somebody gets angry or has road rage or whatever, that is just the tip of the iceberg. There is something much more deeper going on, and it is not personal at you. They got shit going on. They got stuff going on. Okay, they got stuff going on that they need to work on. So you have to really know your spirit and have that connection to say, oh, no. And the two things I will say that you will know if it is earth or your head or spirit is it out of love that you're doing it? Or is it out of anger or frustration? Because those are fear. Because you're putting your perspective, your thinking, your process on somebody else's perspective. Okay. And it could be night and day. Okay. So we have a lot of white supremacists in my area, which really sucks, but that's their perspective. Are they just following the crowd, or did they have something happen to them? But if I come against them, I'm not going to get really angry at them. I don't like what they're doing. I don't believe in what they're doing, but that is their perspective. I am going to be love to them, no matter if I like it or not, because maybe that's the only love they'll see that day. Yeah. So anyway, that's where that is. Okay. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you guys, since we're here, I'm going to give you guys, I haven't announced this yet, but you're going to hear this for the first time. And it's going to be announcement. I was having a discussion with Divine. I wanted to change the name of the channel because I have another YouTube channel. And I was going to change the name of the channel, and I came up with it, and I was putting it in, and of course Google says taken. And I'm like, okay, now what do you want me to do? Because I don't know what other name to put in here. What name do you want? Because I have a new channel, new YouTube channel coming. And he's like, I already gave you the name, which is Divine Warrior Intuitive. But the thing is, the new channel is going to be a spiritual only growth. And these are things where you will understand and learn your faith, or learn what faith is, learn what second dimension supernatural is, how to grow yourself closer so you can hear and know if it's earth or not. But it's going to be all just spiritual growth and spiritual enlightenment and things like that. So that's going to be coming up here. It's up to Divine, but he's saying November, and I'm like, I'm too busy. So, but I do what I'm told. Okay, so let's get to the reading for the full moon. And Felix, you know what? Thank you for asking that, because I think there's a lot of people that don't understand how to hear if it's earth or spirit. That's why most people are on the earth plane, because the reason why you can't hear it is, I hate to say this, but it's double-minded. So you're living on the fence. You want to do earth things, earth ways, but you also want to live spiritually, earth ways, spiritually. You can't. You got to sort of go one way or the other. And so that's why some people can't hear it. Okay. All right. So we're going to, yeah. He had this week. I knew it. I knew it. Thank you. So this full moon energy, this was Virgo and Capricorn yesterday, but this is, remember I told you about the transformation? And what's the name? The name, it's I better not say it right yet, because I got to double check. I got to double check with Divine. But it's going to be Divine Warrior 2.0. Okay, because 2.0 stands for the second dimension. And so the second dimension, I'm going to be teaching, I'm not a pastor. I don't believe in that, but Divine says you're ready. So I don't know what he's got planned. I just know that he wants me to teach how to connect with him and how to walk with him and how to grow your life into like my life. I mean, it's 100% change. I used to walk the earth and confusion, frustrated, anger, all these things that were out of fear. And now I walk in love. And everything I do through my day, I talk to him nonstop all day long. And that is just something, I do not do anything without his approval or his confirmation, because I now live in peace. I'm calm. I have love everywhere. I don't get angry very easy. I don't get sad. If I do, it's like, okay, where is this coming from? Is this something I need to validate? Is there something to this deeper? You know, these are things that we'll be talking about, and all these things to help you get closer to him and be able to have a relationship, because I want everybody to have this relationship. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful and wonderful to have somebody have your back nonstop. I've never been out of money. I've been having abundance of money. I've had all kinds of things handed to me. And I'm like, where does all this coming from? Because I've changed my thought process of not thinking from the world, and I actually think from here first. Big difference. It's that cocoon. It goes from the caterpillar to the butterfly. Hopefully the butterflies sort of die quickly after they're butterflies. It's like, hopefully that doesn't happen to me. I'm going to be old. I'm going to grow old for my daughter. Anyway, you guys are getting me off track. So the full moon, new moon, remember, this is just think of this as a tug of war right now. And the thing is that Divine has this tug of war as an uncaging. Okay, it's a beautiful uncaging. That when that cocoon breaks, and I didn't even know I was going to say this stuff. He's got it going strong today. But this cocoon, when the butterfly breaks open, it's a very beautiful uncaging. Okay, so this is something that is just going to allow your spirit to fly. It's not comfortable for a lot of people because it's the number 5. Number 5, and it's not comfortable because, one, it's not balanced. It feels awkward. It doesn't feel right. It feels like you're out of the box. This full moon energy is just going to be like, okay, I need to get it out. I need to get this set. Full moon, Pluto, Saturn, Mars, all these energies. I got to get it out. I got to get it out. Get it out. Okay. So the other full moon energy, that's Divine saying, hey, I need you to uncage. I need you to grow spiritually. I need you to feel uncomfortable, because that's how you grow. We grow when we feel uncomfortable. Okay. Because that's the dark working. That's the seed in the ground. If you watch me for, well, Felix knows, if you've watched me for this last year, I talk about the garden. When the seed is planted, you can't see it growing, but it's growing. That's Divine working. You can't see it. And even in the worst of times, I had a girlfriend give me some super bad news that happened to her yesterday, her family. And, I said, don't you start getting angry at God. He didn't do this. He did not do this. And if he did allow it, it's to grow you. You cannot see what's happening. Just give thanks, be grateful, and keep moving forward. And he will show you everything later. Okay. So this is I can't make this up. So we have the frog, cleaning house, releasing emotional baggage. The frog. I can't make this up. This is the astrology. This is the numerology card. This is divine's card. Okay, for the full moon. Emotional baggage. Release emotional baggage. Okay, this is that internal thing that's going on, you guys. I can't make this up. I can't help I'm connected. I love I'm connected. I'd rather be connected to divine than here. But I'm human, so I guess that's why he has me doing it. All right. Yeah. Another number 5. 3 number 5s. This is a time to pay attention. Things are not comfortable. Things are not comfortable. And it's okay, because that's where growth comes from. You just feel a little bit awkward out of the box. It's sort of like if you started roller skating or ice skating, you start feeling a little awkward, and then the more you do it, the more easier it gets, the easier it gets. But this is that emotional struggle, that tug of war between external and internal. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, with the weeds. Thank you. Yeah. I think that's a good, analogy. People need visuals. I really do think people need visuals. So let me get this spread out for this full moon. So somebody is definitely not going to feel uncomfortable. Okay, somebody out there who's watching this, as you go through this uncomfortableness and this change and uncaging your new you, getting rid of the old negative, earthly, low vibration, getting rid of the depression, the anxiety, the panic attacks. I used to be depressed when I was younger. And at one point I was so low, I tried to take my life. But it didn't happen. I woke up and my dog was sitting looking at my face, and boy, did I feel like crap by then, because, I was so selfish in that thought. I didn't think, who was going to take care of him? And he's looking at me, are you okay? Are you okay? But the thing is, those were earth. That's earth. Because you're so worried about the circumstances and what's happening and the life ain't fair and all this. Oh, I'm going to keep going on. Because again, this is moon energy. It wants me to release, okay, all this stuff, but it's transforming, okay? You may be alone in the process. You may lose a friend or two in the process, okay? But that's okay, because you're going to gain new friends of like mind and people that actually are in love and not so much into the toxic relationships, dysfunctional friendships, dysfunctional families. I'll tell you right now. And sometimes being alone, divine is saying, you need to work on yourself. Especially before getting into a relationship, divine says you need to work on yourself. This is that emotional energy that he's talking about. Release, clean the house, get the house clean. The frog is saying, get the house clean, get the house clean, get your baggage cleaned up, get rid of that whole shipload of baggage, and maybe take a carry-on with you. All right. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what's going on here with the cards. 3, 6. Okay, so we have the page. We have the page of. Hang on a second here. Somebody. Thank you. Somebody wants to run away. He said, "Don't look at that. Look at this." I'm like, okay. This is in the center of your reading. Okay, for the full moon. Somebody wants to run away. They don't want to deal with this. Okay, somebody's saying, "I don't want to deal with it." You have opportunity with the is it the 8? No, the 7 of Pentacles. You have the opportunity to do some work, but you're running. You have that choice to stay. Okay? But somebody is running really hard and really fast. Now, are they running away or running to? I say this negative energy, and the negative energy that I'm feeling is they're running away from the hard conversations. They're running away from asking, did you cheat on me? I know you cheated on me. If your intuition is telling somebody cheated on you and you're working from your spirit, not your head, because your head will say, oh, he's cheating on me. Oh, he's cheating on me, because you're going from a past relationship. It doesn't work that way. Okay, you have to be in your spirit, and the spirit and the intuition is going to tell you, because that energy is going to change. When energy before somebody cheats is different than after they cheat, because it is a very nervous vibration energy after somebody has cheated. You're going to feel it. That's why people say, you know what? Or I even told my boss the other day, I said, I had an employee lie to me, which I don't put up with lying. You lie to me once, you've lost my trust, and we're going to have a problem. And so and she's like, well, how did you know? I said, because I know. But the thing is, I knew because I had asked that person a question before. His answer was different from the question that I just asked him a few minutes after. So I know for a fact that he lied. However, I'm an empath. You can't lie to me. I will find it out. And the truth will always come out. And in this case, whether you run or stay to these conversations, again, this tug of war you're fighting, give into the spiritual war. I mean, give into spirit and gosh, see what you can do. The thing is, your challenge card for this week, and this, I'm not going to say this week, it's going to go through the end of August, is you've got the Justice card. Okay. So you're running, and it's coming fast. So whatever you're running from, you're running fast. Like you are scared poopless because you don't want to know the truth, but it's going to come out. And that's where the balance come in between the sun and the moon energies. And this is the balance between also too the at the very end of the month, that reality check I was talking about between Venus, Saturn, and sextiles with Jupiter. This is where it's going to come out, guys. The truth is going to come out. So even if you're fearful to ask this question, it's going to come out. It may not come out right now because, again, it's the seed that is planted and you can't see it growing, but it will come out. As I told my friend yesterday, I said, honey, just take it. Take a deep breath. I know you're numb. I know what has happened has just thrown you guys for a loop, but the truth will come out. It always does. May not be now, but it may be later. So this is something that somebody is either running from. Now, there might be somebody that's running too, but I do not see that energy because we have the Six of Swords in the center. And then when we have the 10 next to it, which is the Wheel of Fortune, it means something is ending. So somebody is running, thinking that something new is going to begin. You're going to repeat your karmic cycle. Okay? You're going to repeat that crappy karmic cycle, and it's just going to keep revolving over and over and over. Aren't you sick and tired of struggling? Aren't you sick and tired of all that stuff? And you're running quick. So somebody's really, really fighting it, but the truth will come out. Yeah. Yeah. Ask questions. 100%. Why are people so afraid of asking questions? Why, it's like going on a date, your first or second date, and you're always, well, I really like to know, but I'm just really afraid to ask. Why? You're investing yourself, your time. Time is precious. You can't get that back. And you don't want to waste it. So, you know what? It's for example, if somebody wants to get married, are you dating to get into a serious relationship? Why are you dating? Oh, I'm just dating because I just want a booty call. I'm just being silly. But the thing is, you gotta ask questions. Yes, you're right. Definitely. Talking about dating, the Lover's card. There's a lot of conflict there with a lot of lovers right now. A lot. Okay. This pandemic, not only, thank you. So he's saying the pandemic is a reset. I'm resetting couples, he says. I'm resetting relationships, he said. So some of the relationships he's saying you're not even supposed to be in. I didn't put those together. Thank you. I don't know who that's for. You've got to be evaluating who you're with, why you're with. Stop wasting time with somebody you won't even be put together. If especially if it's you know, something that is destructive. If you're in a relationship, again, we're back to that love fear thing. If you're in a relationship that isn't lifting you up, supporting you, helping you to get your goals, and then you helping to get to that person's goals, because you're supposed to be just a helper to each other. But if that's not happening, you better be questioning. Again, this is the beautiful uncaging. This is the cocoon switching to the butterfly. All right. All right, you guys. Ah, too many. We got the Two of Cups, though. Two of Cups. Again, that's that unity. So there's a unity. Seven of Wands, fighting. Eight of Pentacles, get your work, clean your house, get your ducks in a row. Clean that house, get those things straightened up. Oh, the other thing too is for me, I told my daughter, I said, yeah, I got a bunch of things I need to wrap up before the end of the year, because when I go into a new year, I want a clean karmic cycle. I want high vibrations. I don't want anything left over. I don't want anything left over from the past. So it's cleaning up your baggage. I've been cleaning up my baggage for 2 years and trying to right my wrongs, because love, I did wrong. I need to go and either apologize, or if I borrowed money, pay it back, whatever it is. And it's all about your movement. The Chariot, moving forward, not moving backwards. Okay. Moving forward to your spirit and away from your earth mind. All right. Let's see what else we got here. This isn't about love. Really, right now, it's not. It's about getting your crap together. Me included, because I'm a Virgo, let me tell you. We're perfectionists, which I've learned not to be such a perfectionist, but not to be as stubborn, because this is not a time to be stubborn, definitely. I wish I had big hands. Like my friend who's 6'4", he probably could hold these just fine. I just can't. Oh, a Two of Cups again. Two of Cups again. So if you know anything about the number 2 when it comes to this is that tug of war that we're talking about. Moon and sun, you know, Venus and Saturn, you know, Pluto and the moon, that kind of a thing, Mars in there. The number 2 is going to bring things together. So if you go through this tough time and you're in a relationship like those two lovers, and you get through these things and you talk about them, you're going to bring it together. You're going to have a tighter bond. That's what the energy is. If you don't do it, you're going to blow each other apart. It's going to separate, because you got to get it out. If you can't talk to your partner and you're with them, if you're even living with them and you can't share everything with them, what are you doing? It doesn't work that way. You got to be able to share everything. Uncaging. And if they don't accept you for whatever, maybe you've got a fault, maybe you got some PTSD, maybe you're trying to deal with some trauma and you've got to live with it the rest of your life, like sexual abuse, you're never going to get rid of that. You're always going to live with it. Maybe you'll have a trigger and they're like, oh my God, here we go again. Get rid of them, because they're not on your side. They're not on your side. Seven of Pentacles again. And then we have Judgment in reverse. So again, we've got to get this Judgment card to be looking for the truth, for the balance, for everything for you, because I don't know what that is for you. Okay. What I do know that you balance is that you live in the spirit, you connect with spirit, you connect with divine, you walk in that, but you have to live here. And you have to make decisions, but the decisions are based from spirit, not your head, because your spirit talks to your head talks to your body, and your body does whatever. Okay, so that's where that is. Huge, huge tug of war. I guess that's how I'll end it, is because it's a huge tug of war, guys. Really big tug of war. Is this Donna? Donna? Welcome, welcome. And hello, Pink. Hello, hello. Welcome. I'm not sure what you mean by a free list. Yes, you can ask a question. I'm ending now, so yes, you can ask a question. And I will say, Donut, with your relationship, you need to really watch this. You need, if you're just checking in, really watch the whole thing because your answer is there. Your answer is you need to ask. This is again the uncaging. This is the tug of war that you're feeling. You have to become more spiritual, and get your confidence there to ask. Okay, because that's divine saying this is your test to ask. This is a testing time for a lot of your signs, a lot. So he's saying, I'm testing, I'm seeing whose side they're walking on. Are they walking on the earth side? Because if they are, I'll let them be. I'll let them be. I'm not going to help them out because you know what? If they don't believe in me, why should I help them? A lot of people go to God or divine or whoever and they say, well, I want your help. Please, I need this. I need this. But then you're walking the earth side and you're not even paying attention to the spiritual side. You're just wanting him to be a Santa Claus. If you don't walk on his side, he's like, why, if you don't believe in me and if you don't walk with me, why should I help you? He's like, you believe that you can do it, you want to do it, but you come to me when you need something. You know what? I need you to believe in me before you come to me. Anyway, that's okay. That's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right. Pink. I just gave Donna the answer. I will definitely tell you. Let me tell you something though. There's a download here. Pink, this is for you. I'm going to say that this person does LJ. He's, what I feel is he's probably left or not talking to you or has sort of dissipated a little bit from the relationship, right? So what I'm saying to you is that don't wait for him. Don't, if he's done that, don't wait for him, because if you wait for him, then he's going to use you as an emotional baggage kind of a thing. He'll come back when he needs to be filled up, or he'll use you for a sexual desire. That's it. He'll come back when he either wants you sexually or emotionally, fill him up, and then he'll be gone. Okay. He may have feelings for you, but the thing is, you don't want to be used in that manner. You set your own life. You set what you want. You set your standards and your boundaries. I'm bringing you closer because I can't read Felix's question. But you have to set your standards and your boundaries. And if you sit there and wait and wait and wait, he might have feelings for you, but are they feelings of moving future with you? If you've been with somebody for a couple of years and they haven't asked to marry you, you need to set your boundaries or move on. Okay. If you blocked him, there's a reason why you blocked him. Keep moving. Don't. If you blocked him, then divine is giving you something inside that you don't need that person. You need to move on. All right. So alternatively, she is going to Denmark next week to Pete and do it on her own because she is 43 and the clock is ticking. I get that. I think that our ways would then part. Okay, so Felix, remember what I said? You're letting your feelings control you? Okay. So that's, I think that's where you were asking about, is my thoughts, or my feelings being directed from Earth or. Okay, so this is a huge question. Okay, thank you. I just got to download Felix. She's not allowing you to be the man that you need to be for her. He said, I created you as man, hunter, pursuer, protector, and also partner. Now, it's up to you on how much you want to give up. But yes, this thing here, this uncaging, this new moon, this full moon kind of a thing, this is going to be really, really huge for you because you have to decide how much you want to give up control. My question is If she wanted, my question is, if she wanted to have a child and you guys were together, why didn't you guys do that together unless one of you is infertile? That is my question. She is trying to be the man of the relationship. It doesn't work that way. She has to allow you to be the man. This needs to be a conversation. Remember, I said this Mercury energy is really, really huge. It's still conflicting. It's still strong. It's still controlling. It's getting the elephant out of the room. This is your elephant. And if you haven't asked her, or if you haven't had that conversation of why she didn't allow you to be the father and is getting artificially inseminated, and unless it's yours, that would be my huge question, because she's trying to be the man. Yeah, then that's not gonna work. That's not divine's intervention. I think the cards, you were reading the cards, and what you read is because what you wanted to see. Divine is saying no. Because if she's waiting for you, this is huge then, because you've got to, put it this way, look at this. So are you the one that she's being artificially, I know this is getting personal, we probably shouldn't be talking about this here, but are you the one that is the father then? And if you are, then why aren't you together to do that? Okay, takes a lot of talking, a lot of this. You got 3 number 5s here. It's very uncomfortable. It's not a really fun thing to talk about. It's out of the box, but it's got to be talked about. And if you're not the father, then that would be setting me up for a huge conversation with her, because one, if I'm with a man and I want to be artificially inseminated, or if I love a man, I want his. And I'm going to make every effort to see if I can have his. I don't understand her from a woman's perspective. It does not make sense to me if somebody loves somebody to go to another country to have artificial insemination when you have somebody willing and ready right there. So it doesn't make sense to me. So this is the big question for you, Felix. And this you really have to reach deep in your spirit, is because if she is on her way to do that and she follows through with it, are you okay to have a child that is not yours? Okay. What she waited. Here's the thing about waiting. Thank you. So he's saying people wait years and years and years for the wrong person. Been there, done that. I waited 12 years for somebody who divine didn't even interact with me. Really. He did not put that person, he put that person and allowed that person because I needed to learn a lesson, but it wasn't for a lifetime. And I could have learned that lesson as a friend or a girlfriend or boyfriend, but no, we got married. He left after our first year anniversary, and I waited 12 years because I thought, oh, he'll come back, he'll come back, he'll come back, he'll come back. Wasted 12 years. Sometimes we wait for the wrong person because divine will never bring him back. Will divine bring him back to me? No, never. I can sit here and waste my time waiting for somebody, but that's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. Yet if it's a problem for you, you have your answer, and that is the spirit talking to you. Okay. That is, see, you're in this, Felix, you're in the tug of war. You want what earth and what you think you should have. And this is that want. This is the tug of war, need versus want. There is somebody divine has for you that wants you to have their children, wants you to be together, is going to give you all the love. There's not going to be trouble. There's not going to be struggle. That's not divine. Where there is divine, it's all love. It's easy. It's flowing. It's going. Where it is not divine, low vibrational, if you want to call it low energy, devil energy, evil energy, whatever you want to call it, creates confusion, creates doubt, So those kind of things are low vibrational. I don't think this is of divine. I hate to say this, but I'm telling you guys, when you ask a question, it's not from me, but this is what I believe divine is saying. Then if you're in that war month after month, it's not the right person. That's not divine. That's not divine. Or divine is trying to teach you to listen and lean on him and have faith and trust in that seed that is growing. However, if she is doing things to be the man, you're trying to be the man, it's not going to work. I'll tell you 100%, it's just not going to work. You guys will be in a spiritual battle all the time because you're not on the same page. I know it's not what you want to hear, sweetie, but doubt comes from the dark. Doubt comes from the low vibration. But that, again, you've got two people. You've got two people. And you're on so different pages. You're on so different pages. You have to have confidence in what God is doing and faith in what he's doing. But you have to remember, when there is a baby, when there is another person. Here's the thing about people that have babies, okay? Mine was divine intervened. I didn't expect it, didn't plan on it, didn't even really want children, and my daughter knows that, but it was divine intervened because I had her. The other thing is, people want children for selfish reasons. I don't know what person, especially if you're in your 40s, and that's selfish because, get this, you don't think of the child at all. You're thinking of yourself. I want a baby. My time is clicking. I want a baby. Okay, in this world, in this day and age, you should be having children in your 20s, 30s, early 30s, if you can. Why? Because this world is ugly. And when that child is in school, you're old. You're in your 60s. It is too old to be having children. This is not me. This is saying I am going to be selfless. I do not want that child to have a parent in their 60s when everybody else is in their 20s and they're being made fun of, and I can't do what we can do when people are in their 20s and 30s and have children. Are you going to, at 60, are you going to go to the parent meetings? Are you going to go with all the little toys and go into kindergarten? It's selfish. You're not thinking of the child first. Think of what the child would need at 10 years old, 15 years old, 20 years old. This world's going to be, people call me a boomer. My daughter's in my 20s, and we still have a hard time understanding each other. Okay? So this is a selfish thing. And when people go and just say, I want to do it because my time is clicking, shame on you. You're not even thinking of what that child has to go through in the future. And can you even afford it? Yes, children are expensive. Children are very expensive. And if you don't think, okay, I'm going to have to get them compute, going into the age of technology, do you think that these little iPhones are going to go away? The iPads are going to go away? The computers are going to, can I even afford to have a child? Am I going to be afford to put them in 4 years of college? No, you don't even think of that. You think, I got to have a baby. I got to have a baby. I want to have a baby. It's mine. It's ours. Anyway, sorry. I just get really irritated about that. I get irritated about other things too when it comes to children, because you're so selfish that you don't think about the children first. I think about the children first. How is this going to affect the child? What is this going to do? Okay. Oh, how were you conceived? Oh, were you conceived out of love? Oh, no, I just decided I wanted to have a kid and I had in vitro fertilization. Okay. Doesn't matter, professor or not, she's not thinking of the child. She's not thinking of the child. See, money, she's got the money. She's got an earthly thing. She's got a wonderful earthly thing. But she's not going to have the man of the family to raise it what that child needs. It is so hard as a single person, as a mother, to be the father, the husband, the wife, the mother, the provider, the nurturer. She's going to wear herself thin. And I'm telling that for anybody at this point in time. I'm just saying. Okay. Yeah. But the thing is that, you know what? God created people to be partners in a relationship with children for a reason. The man is the discipline, the provider, the one to show the difficult side of the way it is to grow up as a man. The woman is there for the nurturer, the love, the compassion, that kind of a thing. There's a reason why our brains are different and why there is two people in a relationship to have a child. Anyway, Felix, that's my mind on it. But please email me if you want. If you have more questions, definitely. All right. Now, I don't know if anybody else is here. And she probably left. I don't know who this is. Serphilius. It is a reading, but it is free, but it is a general reading. Okay. You have to go to your sign to catch and ask questions in your sign when I do readings for the signs. Okay, guys, I got to do some readings. You're welcome, Felix. I know you don't like to hear it, but I think it's a tumultuous relationship. I don't know what that word is. Divine put it there. It's not a relationship that he's putting together. I think you're missing the opportunity of somebody that really wants to love you. In fact, I think this person already knows you. I don't know who it is. But there's somebody that has been just watching, pining, groaning, wanting to have a relationship with you, and you can't see them. Oh, you're very, very welcome, honey. Always, always. All right. So you guys, I'm going to start doing your readings for Halloween week. And that's going to happen here in probably, it's 11 o'clock, probably within about 15 minutes or so. I'm probably going to do, gosh, I don't know. So subscribe, hit the all, and you'll see who's on in here in about 15 minutes. And then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, really quick, hopefully not everybody's logged off, but if you have, bye. No. Don't forget, I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Not for the money. It's just YouTube doesn't allow me to get on my phone and do live videos unless I have 1,000 subscribers. My computer went down in Oklahoma. I wanted to give you live. I couldn't do it. So it's like, wow, I'm really restricted on YouTube. And I know I can go to, TikTok and all. I don't want to get on that. I'm an old person. I don't want to get on all that stuff. I just want to stay where I'm at and let Divine do his work. That's all I want to do. So, but I have to get to 1,000 subscribers. So please share. Like apparently has a lot to do with YouTube. So like it, and then don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. And you got to hit all, or YouTube picks what they send you. Surprisingly, I didn't know that. So anyway, I hope this was good. Really pay attention to the conflict. So this is going to be a tug of war. Don't go over the line, control your feelings, and try to listen to Divine. Listen to that second dimension. Listen to that poke. Listen to that voice. Listen to that intuition. Listen to that tug. Again, it's a spiritual war. So there is tugs going on in you and outside. Listen to the inside, not the outside. Okay. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of October. This new moon and full moon this month is just like, so just try to just know which fight you want to fight. Don't fight all of them because you'll lose. All right. Take care, you guys. Thank you for popping in. Love you. Love your questions. And Felix, hang in there. I know you're going to get your answer. You got to listen to your spirit, though. You're listening to Earth too much. All right. Take care, guys. Love you. Bye.